where we left off yesterday. We left off with a bunch of different shapes, different colors, different outline strokes, different widths to the stroke, etc. So just a refresher, we've got our selection tool, we've got our direct selection tool. Those are two tools that you will need to use very often. Now again, notice there's a keyboard shortcut that may help some of you. You've got the selection tool, keyboard shortcut of V, and the direct selection tool, keyboard shortcut A. That means you would tap the letter V on your keyboard, and you could use it without coming over here. It'll switch tools automatically for you. When that becomes something that feels really fluid for you, I want to welcome you to use those keyboard shortcuts, but you don't need to rely on them right now. You have all these tools here. And again, another reminder, whenever you have that little tiny corner piece at the bottom, you will find if you click and hold, there are multiple tools underneath there. Whatever tool is loaded is the one that's showing right on top. So I just click on that and I use it. I don't have to do this, find it and use it. I see that happening with students sometimes. You don't have to do that unless you're switching to the other tool. Okay? So at this point today, a quick reminder on how to remove things from your artboard. If it's just one item, you're on your selection tool, you're going to select it, you're going to hit the delete key. Notice I have it disappear. You see I'm doing nothing on the screen. That is Control Z. Control Z will be one of your best friends. It will step you backwards. You can also find that under Edit. You've got undo the last thing, and Shift Control Z is a redo. So you have those, again, more keyboard shortcuts that help you. But if you do something you don't like, go ahead and undo it. Either Control Z or come up to Edit, Undo, whatever it says. That happens to be a stroke. This one could be, let me make it bigger. You'll see, oops, Undo Scale, because I scaled it up or I made it bigger. So that's really what we're looking at. To get rid of everything, and you don't, like when we're practicing, you don't want to start a brand new document, you can go ahead and either select it, press delete, or you can drag a box around everything that you want, and you hit delete. That's how you get rid of it, okay? So I want to introduce you to this guy right here. So if you look on the left-hand toolbar, you're going to go ahead from under the selection tool. It's the third tool down. You have something called the pen tool. Pen tool is very, very powerful. You need some time to master it. Now notice there's also some other options in here. When we're working with the pen tool, you want to make sure not to have any of these other ones loaded. They look exactly the same, but they have this little plus or this little minus, so we're not even going to worry about the interpoint tool right now. Okay? We want to be sure it's on the pen tool. Now when I'm done using any of these, make sure you see this. When I'm done using any of these, I actually come back to my toolbar and I put it back on the pen tool, so I let it rest there. And that, for me, allows me to not have an oops moment later on where I'm like, oh, it's not working. What's going on? Oh, it's on 10 plus or it's on 10 minus, where you're not going to get that to work. So if you can take a quick peek, you're going to find if I'm on the pen tool, I'm going to click once, and I'm going to stretch over and click again, and look at it, it's completed my shape. However, if I stop there, if I go to this particular shape and I go ahead and try to give it an outer stroke, again, that's this one, that's this plain box. If I go ahead and change that color, maybe I'm going to give it a pink outer stroke, and I'm going to make it larger so you can really see it. Take a peek. I have it finished only on two sides. I didn't close my shape. So you can use this on purpose when you want just an edge on a portion of it. Or you can do this on accident and say, oh, I want it to be on all sides. So I'm going to go back to my pen tool. Boom, boom, boom. And then I come back to the end. And when I'm at the end, I'm going to hover there. You will see that little tiny circle that pops up to the bottom right-hand corner of the pen tool. That means I have closed my shape. So that's what I really want to do. So I've closed my shape. I now have a closed shape with four corners on a triangle don't happen. 3 good corners on a triangle. Okay? So whatever that shape is, I can get whatever that shape might be, some kind of strange polygon. There we go. Beautiful tool. However, I may also want to incorporate the use of curves. So I want to show that to you right now. Are we taking a look? I'm going to start off with one clip. not going to release the click. I'm going to click here and I'm going to hold. I'm then going to drag outward. And I'm dragging sort of like a teeter-totter of handlebars, like where you would, have a teeter-totter, or you'd be driving your bike or whatever. And depending on where I pull these two, I get different degrees of curve. Okay? So it can be a lovely wide curve, but here's the deal. I may end up right here. If I'm trying to get something to come across here, I may end up with a problem. I can fix that later. Okay, so I don't want you to be concerned about that being a strange curve. We can work with that later. But basically, if I keep to the inside, you'll see that I can do straight lines if I just do click, click. But again, if I click and hold, I can get more of those bump outs. And I can create some very different kinds of shapes. Okay, so that's really what we're talking about when we're doing that pen tool with dragging. Okay. Now, with this, I mentioned way back on Control-Z, 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 until I'm here. I mentioned over here, let's say I want this to come outward. I can click there. I'm going to forget about that for right now. Forget that I don't want that shape to look that way. I'm going to continue on my pathway. I'm going to curve that, and I'm going to let that curve happen till the end. Let's say I want this to be a straight line. I may go now, this is one of the first times we're going to go to our white direct selection tool. I'm going to go to that direct selection tool, and I'm going to select an anchor point. So I selected that anchor point. This is really important on how to manage these handles. These handles right here are super long, and they get very annoying. So what you can do is you click and hold on the handle, and you can drag that much closer to the anchor point. So those points that we put down are called the anchor points. Okay? I can take this one, and if it's acting funky, I can go ahead and shorten it. In this case, I'm going to put it right where I need it. I can convert right here with this anchor point. I go ahead and click on it one time. I can convert something to smooth, or I can go ahead and convert it to corner. If I convert that one to a corner, let me convert this one to a corner. That would be a better show. You'll get more of that house point. If I convert it to smooth, I can go ahead and get that actual curve. Okay? I can also take and I can move those handlebars out to smooth out that curve. I can grab this point and say, nope, I want it to be further in. I can grab this handlebar and I could angle that differently. I could say I wanted this to be straighter. I'm going to grab that anchor point, click on it, and then I click and drag it to move it over. Click and drag to move it up. Oh, no, I wanted that one to be a curve. I'm going to come back up to convert, and I get a rounded corner. So that's what I want you practicing right now. I want you practicing how to use this pen tool and how to go ahead and create more organic type shapes versus, well, actually I should say organic and geometric shapes. So things with corners that have some regularity, and things without corners that utilize curves. I really want you to kind of mess around with that tool and make sure that you've got a good handle on, no pun intended, a good handle on the pen tool, okay? So again, we're just on the pen tool. We are not on any of these. Once that's done, I'm going to ask you to mess around a little bit with adding and deleting anchor points. So hopefully you can take a quick peek. I'm adding an anchor point onto here. Why would I want to add an anchor point? Let's say I decide, you know what, I want to put a corner here. I don't want to leave that just a perfect sort of a shallow curve from here. I want to add something on there. So I'm on pen plus, anchor point. I go ahead on the path, that's the kind of outline of the object that I made, and I click. I just added an anchor point there. I can then go right here to my direct selection. I selected it. I can now manipulate it, and I could say, nope, I want that one to be a point. Perfect. It's exactly what I want. On the flip side, I'm going to come here for anchor point deletion. So my pen minus, I'm going to say I want to delete this one. I hover over the top of it. You'll see it actually changes and gets a little bit bigger with the pen minus. Click on it, and that point is gone. So one big tip, guys, if you take a quick peek here, is not to go nuts. Actually, I'm going to move this guy off the screen for right now. Not so nuts with the pen tool. I have some people that will put like 75,000 pen points onto something. And they'll be like, right here, right here, right here, right here. And I'll make a curve by clicking 75 points along that line. That is a very busy shape. I don't recommend that because you have to manipulate all of these then, and you're more than likely going to get really frustrated. I don't want you frustrated. Okay? So the last part that I want you to know about is deciding if you want a shape with color, fill, or with a stroke as you're building. I want you to do what works best for you as you're learning the pen tool. So if you find that having this, having a heavy stroke on there is not going to work, like this larger one, then dial it back. Don't have it quite as big. Okay? So with that, let me just grab one of these shapes. You can see right now, I grabbed one of the shapes. I can actually pull the stroke down. I could completely remove the fill. Let's say I just want an outline. I select that one. It's on top. And I say, nope, no fill. I just want a shape. So that when I come back to that pen tool, I can go ahead and have that same parameter. Closing up those shapes, leaving them open, etc. So that's what I want you to be practicing for right now. It's a really important tool, so make sure that you do a really good, strong job. I would like to see, again, a mixture of geometric or sharp corners, as well as some organic and rounded areas. I'd like to see that you can then also change color of your fill and your stroke and weight of the stroke. I won't be able to see that you've deleted or added anchor points. I'm just going to have to trust that you did that. And I'll come around and kind of observe that a little bit. But if that's what I expect to see, I should see a good 5 to maybe even 15 different shapes on there before we keep ourselves moving with what else we need to be doing. And that's it.